Alright, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I'm the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, after I did that initial off-season rumor video, there was a lot more rumors that popped up later on in the day. I have only just woken up probably like a couple hours ago because I was taking a long-winded nap after I've been up for so long, and then I'm going to probably stay up all night again. So, don't please hate me for that. So, it's just, I just don't even really know what's going on sometimes. I just really like staying up a lot and not sleeping because sleeping is for losers. I'm just kidding. There's a lot to go over into digesting all of this. Is that there's a lot of LCS rumors in terms of what they can do to overall improve their rosters. You know that North America is not happy about the results that they had at, the 2019 World Championship. A lot of the bigger orgs like Cloud9 and TL are going to want to make some big acquisitions to making sure that they all are going to, do very well at other, things moving forward, which is maybe infrastructure in terms of management, in terms of getting better players, better academy systems. We know that Darshan said on the Nines, the C9 talk show, that there are some talks about getting some stuff done, which, he didn't say that he didn't want to confirm anything, but there are some things going on behind the scenes, which is good in terms of how to better the region itself. But making all of these rumors right now is something that we probably don't know is going to be the big case moving forward. But it's just something that maybe these guys need to work on infrastructure in North America than rather importing people. But then I look to the fact that, North America is already memed for importing people anyway, so why not just embrace the full meme, import as many players as you can, and if that's what it takes to win, that's what it takes to win. So let's get it cracking on that. So because people are like, well, North America always, imports a bunch of players and, does this and that. Why are we like, mad about that? People shouldn't be mad about that. If that's what it takes to get results, then sure. And then in the meantime, while you're doing that, you can just build up your talent. There's two ways you can do it. It's not a, confirmed way. You have to do things, but let's look at this video. Obviously, this video is done by Loco Doco, and if people say I don't shout him out, I'm literally watching his video. You can hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to his channel, obviously. Don't be lazy and tell me that I need to do something when I don't have to do it, because I don't respond to those comments. For those of you guys who are new to me, on my first channel, I used to get that a lot when I used to watch videos like this, and I would literally point out, hey, the subscribe button is right here on their channel. You can hit subscribe if you like what they're saying. But if you guys don't know who Loco Doco is, I think you've just been living under a rock. But other than that, let's get into the video. Just thought I'd get that out of the way so people don't actually question me. So let's get right into the video. So I have not watched this video yet. This is my first time watching it. So let's see what's actually going on.
And these are some of the rumors. Do know these are rumors only. None of these are 100% confirmed. I will give my thoughts on these, and I will actually sprinkle in some truth on rumors you guys can trust and rumors you guys shouldn't trust, and kind of talk about the sources that it came from and how much viability and legitness these sources have. So without further ado, let's get started.
Opportunity.
On form. He did have kind of shaky games on stage, but I think a lot of that came from his team falling around him, and C9 just couldn't, oh my god, my alarm. C9 just couldn't live up to the early game. So yeah, Blabber playing 3 out of 6 games, that means a lot. And C9 is kind of in the situation of two suns. There can never be two suns in the air, right? So whenever you have two suns, or in Asian countries, we talk about it, the two dragons. The sky can't hold two dragons. So when there's two dragons in the air, like one of the dragons has to leave, either Blabber or Svenskeren. And C9 historically has consistently sold players at their peak. Like that is something that a lot of teams really don't do, but C9 has historically done that. When they sold Impact, it was when Impact was at its peak, and also he was just about to become naturalized and be a North American player. Contracts also, he got sold when he was at his peak. Smoothie, he got benched and sold. Jensen, these are incredibly like top tier players. Almost everyone outside of contracts has main top tier form, and they're still on top tier teams. Impact and Jensen on TL, Smoothie on TSM. Contracts went to Golden Guardians. And also another thing is Jack tweeted that offseason is spicy and World hasn't even ended yet. And during the time that Jack tweeted this, I mean, obviously, like teams probably reached out to him for Svenskeren and Blabber, and I mean that's when things are getting spicy for C9, and that's something Jack would know. And Jack would. Here's the thing: owners respect each other very much, and they very, very rarely like leak other team stuff. So like TL, Steve wouldn't leak that something's happening within Golden Guardians and 100 Thieves, even if he knows, out of respect for 100 Thieves and Golden Guardians. The fact that Jack is saying offseason is spicy usually means he's talking like from an internal perspective, right? He doesn't want to talk about like things going on other teams. And the two new orgs join.
All right, so to take some precedent off that, yeah, it seems to be that Cloud9, when they have certain really good players like Impact, Contracts, and Smoothie and Jensen, they do sell them at their peak. But what I would say is that keeping Blabber going to be the best option for them? Because I would say just let Blabber go, because no offense to him, but I personally wouldn't think that he can handle his own, as a starter for the team. It's very different when you're playing, one-off backup games, best of one splits. But to be the starter is a different thing. Like, this is when you have to be, obviously, the best at your position, or one of the best, to make sure that Cloud9 is making playoffs, semis, and things like that. So personally, I like the dude. I think he's a good jungler for academy level. I don't think he's main stage worthy full time yet. I think that Cloud9 needs a new jungler after all this time. Kind of get a new guy in there, a really good new guy, not no washed up piece of trash that we keep recycling in this, North American scene for some reason. Like, I'm looking at you, Apollo. Yeah, people keep recycling the same exact garbage players we've seen for constant splits. Like, it's time to take, precedent on someone new. Now, if that means getting an import, that's fine. Because if you get a good import and things in Cloud9 work as well as they say they do, then that's a good thing, because Svenskeren worked out really well to a certain degree. MVP, he kind of revitalized his career on Cloud9. He got to semis at Worlds, so that's good things. But I think it's time that they've honestly split apart. I don't hate Svenskeren. I wish he would stay, but I understand that things have to change, and if people who are fans of Cloud9, just like me, you want to be able to understand they have to make changes, and sometimes change it for the better. I want to put this right here before I go over the rest of the video, is that look at G2. They had Yarnin and Wadid, trash level players, switched them out, made finals of Worlds. Look at IG. They won at one point. IG had Cacao on the roster, switched all the players out, won a world championship. Look at what's that? Samsung Galaxy. At one point, Core JJ was ADC. He went to support. They switched the roster around. They won Worlds. All these good things can happen if you are willing to take a chance and try some new stuff. At the first part of this year, everybody was like, no, G2's going to fail, blah, 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 Perks is bad. Well, they're at World Finals now, and all these other teams are sitting at home watching from their monitors. So, yeah, they're not that bad, are they? So, let's look at the context of, if you're a Cloud9 fan just like me, let's look at it in context of, let's try and make things new. Let's try and get new players in, because we want to do well, right? So we're not going to want the same results, right? So we want new players, right? Let's go off with that aspect. I don't care who you like. Who you like doesn't win championships, because that's just not how that works. I'm pretty sure Jensen likes sneaky, but he also likes winning. And, well, when Jensen left Cloud9, he won both titles of the year. If that gives you any sort of indication about why one of those things are better, then you also have things to really go with as well. But we'll look at those things as it's going to happen later on. So yes, that has been happening. And Jack did tweet that. I read the tweet individually, but I didn't want to put it up right now, because that would feel like I just, read it to you guys as I would read it again. But I've already did read it, so I've kind of just gotten to getting better. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Let's get back to the video.
LCS, Evil Geniuses, and Immortals, they are pretty rich orgs. And New York's joining want to make a strong roster because they want to make a good first impression. So the viability for this rumor and how true this is, from what I heard and from my sources, this is incredibly true. And there's one team that I know of that made a very high offer for Svenskeren. So I think this one is like very true. Out of like 1 to 10, I would probably give it like 8 likeliness. So this one I think is very true. And also like Travis as a source has been pretty legitimate in the past. I think he speaks to a lot of GMs, he speaks to a lot of players and team owners, and he feels comfortable talking about this because he either heard it from multiple sources or he heard it from someone he trusts. So 8 out of 10, I think this rumor is very true. Kobbe coming to North America. This source is Theon and Travis.
No, I have rumors on my own. Have
you heard the Broxah rumor?
No, I've heard that we might be seeing more European talent.
Yeah, I heard that there were multiple
there's
potentially coming over.
Yeah, it looks like Splice is breaking up a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a European AD come over to NA.
Well, there we go. So more rumors.
So Kobbe is the star AD carry for Splice, and Splice actually is getting their roster demolished because they're getting rebranded as Mad Lions, and the investors into the Splice brand just don't really believe in Splice as a brand. So yeah, this is a rumor that's out there. I actually doubt this rumor, and it's really weird for me that he would be coming to North America because AD Carry is one of the least successfully imported roles in North America. Like Piglet, I mean, him on TL never really truly found success. Bang 200 Deeps, never really found success, but it's only been a year. Zven to TSM, that's also a really big one. In the last 2 years, he hasn't found success. AD carry imports to North America has usually been really bad. And also the other thing for EU, I actually think EU talent for AD is pretty limited after a certain point. So you have Perks as like the god, and then you have Upset as number 2. And then after that, it's like Reckless, Kobbe, nothing. I think Perks number 1, Upset at 2, Reckless, Kobbe, nothing. So other people are mentioning stuff like Patrick, Hansama, Forgiven. I think there is a drop off after like the people we talked about. So I think Kobbe is someone that would be very highly valued in Europe. He's a player with a brand. He's a player with very consistent performances. So for them to say, like, Kobbe's coming to NA doesn't make sense for me. And it doesn't make sense from Kobbe's perspective, and it doesn't make sense from NA perspective. Like, the fact that NA teams have failed again and again with AD carry imports, it just makes no sense for a team to import Kobbe. Like, what team would he even go to? TSM, no. TL, Double Lift, C9, maybe C9. C9, if they get rid of Sneaky and like Svenskeren leaves and Blabber, then they have an open import slot. But C9 would have to pay Kobbe a lot, or Kobbe would have to take a pay cut. Why would Kobbe do that? Like, it just makes so much sense to stay in Europe instead. So C9 might be an option, but it doesn't seem very likely. And then beyond that, the new orgs coming in, EG and Immortals, it makes no sense for them to start their team off with an 80 carry import. I would much rather have like mid or top import. So yeah, I think this one, like, even though the sources are okay in Theon and Travis, this rumor doesn't make sense for me. So I'll give this rumor like 3 out of 10 likeliness. So I actually don't have any kind of like truthness about the rumor, but just the context of it does not make sense. That top tier European AD carry will be coming over to North America. Just the context of the rumor is really bad for me. Broxah.
All right. That's actually a crazy one right there. But Kobbe going to North America, yeah, I don't see it either, because you got to factor in that what would he even do over here? Like, I like the dude Kobbe. I think he's really good. I think he would be an upgrade over Sneaky, but this is the issue of I want people in EU to stay in EU to succeed, if that makes sense. Coming over here, I hate seeing people get imported, not win, and get so angry and disappointed that they don't win. Maybe NA is a lot harder of a region to win it than people give it credit for, because, you know, we've had so many dominant teams win over the past years or so since it's, well, started. But I think that when you look at Kobbe going to North America, I don't really see that happening either. I think that personally, it's just one of the things that we could obviously see and go for certain things as well, because you got to factor in that these are things that players value hard, is winning. And if they're not going to win over here, I don't want them over here, because I don't want them feeling bad that they don't win anything. But it's one of those things that could happen. Most likely not. But Kobbe coming over here to a new org is very, very possible. Splice is disbanding, and yeah, you guys already know. I already broke that story about why the investors don't think that Splice is a worthwhile brand. It's just obviously because Splice is just garbage. Outside of literally this year, they've been pretty bad. But I digress at certain things.
TL. This one is a very hot one, right? And it's it's one that people have been
Broxah
talking a lot
TL.
about, and there's a lot of context around this rumor.
There's a rumor that I heard at Worlds
Drop it.
that the Fnatic lineup did not get along very well this year, and that Broxah possibly joining TL, which then was seemingly confirmed, not confirmed, but then you saw Steve follow Broxah. So, and I want to be clear, this is a rumor. I'm not reporting anything, but this was talked about by multiple people at Worlds.
So Xmithy's contract is ending in 2019, and Xmithy has been pointed as one of the weaker players in Team Liquid. I think the player that received the most blame is Jensen, and then after Jensen, it's been Xmithy. So the thing about Team Liquid is we all know paid by Steve Bean, and TL has a rich history of buying talent to upgrade every year since franchising has started. Even before franchising started, there's actually one that I should list that they paid a lot for. In 2017, they made Rainover the highest paid player in the entire league. So year after year after year, TL has spent a lot of money. 2017 Rainover, 2018 Doublelift, Impact, 2019 Core JJ, Jensen. They are the money team, and they are the team that's incredibly willing to spend. And Steve also followed Broxah on Twitter. So yeah, that's the thing. The Steve following Broxah on Twitter one is interesting, not because it confirms the rumor, but what it says about the whole rumor. Nowadays, owners have ways to talk to other owners and other players very easily. Long gone are the days where teams will follow a player on Twitter to be able to contact the player that also breaks poaching rules. If Steve wanted to talk to Fnatic, it would take him 5 seconds to talk to the Fnatic ownership or to talk to the Fnatic general management. He does not need to go and follow Broxah on Twitter to be able to talk to Broxah. Teams have actually gotten really good at picking up that people know their roster moves from Twitter and Twitter following. So yeah, teams generally don't want to do that, right? Because you want to keep your roster moves close to your chest as possible, and you don't want people finding out. So Steve following Broxah on Twitter isn't oh, Steve's talking to Broxah. It might be Steve trolling the community, or the deal is already done and Steve is following Broxah. My kind of 2 cents on this rumor and how likely I think this rumor is extremely high. I think Fnatic been having internal problems and Broxah's been wanting to leave for a while. Why I think this rumor is really high is I also heard 2 things from this is months ago. I heard that Steve was looking at European jungler about a month and a half ago.
Actually, he's not lying. I have other people that have been talking to me as well, not sources or anything, but I've heard this constantly that Fnatic this year have had internal issues. Because Broxah says it himself. If you guys watch Fnatic videos like Legends Rising or things like that, or when they're having voice comms, is that you understand it because he even Twitter on his Twitter. You can kind of understand what he's saying is that they've had to overcome a lot this year to really get as far as they did. And this is not the first time we heard this specific roster have internal issues. I wouldn't be surprised next year if Broxah joins TL or, these last few months before the year starts in 2020, that in a later video, let's say if he joins TL, you guys know how they do that squad video? I wouldn't be surprised that he comes out and says, yeah, on Fnatic I had some internal issues, because this is not the first time I've heard this. This is definitely not the first time, and it's really, really interesting. Broxah to TL would be an upgrade. That means we're talking about Broxah as the best jungler in North America. That's crazy, right?
It was a rumor, I think Veteran said that TL is looking at European jungle. So that's been already kind of a thing. And another thing is just TL's history of spending. And what do all 5 of these names have in common? Rainover, Doublelift, Impact, Core JJ, Jensen. What are all these names have in common? These are incredibly big names with previous proven success. And Broxah fits that bill. From the things I've heard in the past leading up to this rumor actually being a thing, so this has been in the works for a while, and TL's purchasing history makes me think this rumor is extremely high. I'm also going to give this rumor 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 truthfulness. All right. Now here we get to like the Korean community rumors regarding Korean players coming over to LCS. So I'll give context on where these rumors are coming from and kind of the likeliness of it. Naehyun from Kingzone X received an offer for 170k for an LCS starting team. And this is from Kingzone X DC Gallery.
Whoa. Who the actual... Oh my god. Okay. Who offered 170k to Naehyun? Who offered that? That team deserves to fail. Alright.
It's a popular Korean community site for rumors and team discussion. So how you can kind of get cred and like respect within this community is if you leak things before and there's legitimacy to it, then people will actually take your rumors as like, oh man, this is a thing. Oh man, like this might actually happen. Like if you previously leaked things before, so you can become a trusted source. For me, this makes no sense. Like North American teams, if you're offering Naehyun 170k, this is making him one of the worst paid mids. And why? Like, he's not a big name. He's like an okay talent that played like a filler role.
Alright, okay, now he's bad, guys. Naehyun is bad. This is the, if you guys don't remember him, the same dude on Origin, remember? That 0, in terms of best of, okay, they went 0 like 18, but in best of 3 scores, they actually went like 0-33, also counting their relegation matches. This is the same Naehyun that was on Kingzone Dragon X that was garbage. No, he was bad. Who offered him that much money? I should walk up to that person and just bitch slap that person. Oh my god, who the hell offered Naehyun that much money? Oh my lord, please.
And you're offering him such little salary where it doesn't really make sense for him and it doesn't really make sense for the team. Whichever team that is doing this is like a budget team. So maybe it's like FlyQuest. Like maybe that's something that's possible, right? Like FlyQuest is like a budget team. Like they're not looking to be extremely competitive. Like they're looking to have like a decent spending and get okay results. So like FlyQuest could be like one of these teams. What other teams are like a budget team in North America? In North America, we don't have a lot of budget teams. CLG, no. From what I heard, how CLG spent, they aren't a budget team. GGS, Froggen's your franchise player. Who is GGS without Froggen? It doesn't really make sense for me. Like for GGS, it's been Froggen's team, and they also have Poncer on their payroll, who's also a pretty like decently paid player. It would make no sense to like go budget for Froggen or go budget for Naehyun while you also have Poncer on the roster. So the only team that really makes sense for me for this is FlyQuest. What do I think about the likeliness of this rumor? So I think it was Mark Z or Travis who said FlyQuest is looking for an import mid. So there are some likeliness for this rumor. But here's my thing. I'm sure there was an offer made to Naehyun for 170k, but this just seems stupid. Okay, here's
who's giving him that much money? It's not, okay, when I mean 170k, it's not like he gets that, right? It's like, you know, paychecks, and over the course of the year, he's still bad. He still sucks. Holy crap, people.
The thing. I think this rumor is real. I don't think like someone's bullshitting. The context of things makes sense, but I just don't think it'll happen. I think there's going to be imports at like 300k range, 400k range. That's going to make a lot more sense for a lot of the NA teams, and you should really not go the budget route for mid. So I'm going to give this rumor like a 4 out of 10. Whoever the team is, really think about it, guys. Like, do not go budget on your mid. If you're the team that made this offer, if that's you, FlyQuest, please think about what you're doing. You do not want to be budget mid. Okay, let's go to the last rumor. Tusin to LCS, talking to 4 teams already. Source, League of Legends DC Gallery. I explained to you guys what DC Gallery is, and let me tell you guys what I think the legitness and the likeliness for this rumor is. Tusin is probably one of the best supports in LCK. Tusin and Def carried the hell out of Kingzone Dragon X, and they were the only team that was like so bottom oriented and still had that kind of success. So this is a really interesting rumor, and there is a little bit of context that I can give to this. So Tusin is very, very open to coming to North America. And he has been talking with North American teams in the past. And one thing I can confirm is when I was on Goldcoin United, before we picked up Mad Life, one of the players that we were talking to, and we talked salary, we talked about like living situation, we talked about picking up other Koreans with him. And like he also talked to Phoenix, who was on my team at the time. He was very, very willing to come to North America. And we even talked, we talked salary numbers and we talked everything. So he's been a player that's been dipping his toe every single year almost to come to North America. Yeah, I think this is pretty legit as a rumor. Support imports are a little off for me. Like there's been very successful support imports and there's been very unsuccessful. And we can actually add that for context. Up. Lust Boy. Core J.
Tusin coming to North America would be actually pretty good. He's actually a really good player. The issue with Tusin is that if you don't pair him up with a very good ADC, he looks kind of meh. So I would say that if you're going to get Tusin, I would say no, because Cloud9 doesn't really need him. I would say if Tusin, please go to Cloud9. But if that's not going to happen, where would he really go, honestly? I don't know where he would go personally, but that'd be a pretty good roster he's on.
AJ. We can talk about the downs.
Literally everyone. Missy.
Yellow Star. I don't think Wadid was a really big down. I think Wadid came and just kind of did okay. Oh, Ole is actually a really big up. So support imports can go one way or the other. Like there isn't like a thing on it's bad to get a support or it's good to get a support. Here's the thing though. Regarding all these supports, Lustboy, Core JJ, Ole. Ole is actually a little bit different, but Lustboy and Core JJ, they changed the macro of the team when they joined. And they had like a huge voice. Lustboy was a huge voice within TSM and how we played the game, and he was a big shot caller. Core JJ is a huge voice within Team Liquid and like how Team Liquid operates as a team. So for Tusin to come over and be successful, he has to have a huge voice, and I hope they're matching him with a Korean solo laner and a Korean coach. If Tusin is not matched up with a Korean solo laner and a Korean coach, I think this roster move will ultimately fail. Where could Tusin go? TL. In the case Core JJ leaves, sure, but I don't think Core JJ would leave. That doesn't really make sense. 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves has two really big imports already, Someday and Bang. It'd be really weird for them to drop either for Tusin, in my opinion. I think some of the newer teams actually, this might be, so there's something called like a big splash signing. It's when you get like a player early in off season to really start your off season, and you pay this player like a premium to kind of tell the other players that want to join, hey, you should come join my team. Like a big marquee signing. Aframu to 100 Thieves would have actually been a big example of a big marquee like splash signing, but that's a really bad example because Aframu joined last. He wasn't the first one to join. Oh, actually perfect one. 2018 Doublelift. 2018 Doublelift going over to Team Liquid. Xmitty's dad talked about it. Like he was kind of worried about Xmitty joining Team Liquid because they do so badly year after year. But Xmitty's dad was really comfortable once he learned Peter was going to be on the team. So yeah, like Doublelift would be like a great marquee, like a huge signing. And it really helped rest of TL roster come together. So yeah, these are the big NALCS rumors for November 5th. I hope you guys enjoyed my roster leak rumors video. I'll be doing more of this in the future. Let me know down in the comments what you...
Well, these rumors were absolutely spicy, but there is something going on with all these rumors is that... Oh, well, that's it. They're all rumors. But yeah, there was that C9 Reckless one. I don't want to give too much context to that, but C9 Reckless, ooh, that's not happening. Like, I love me my boy Reckless, but he's not joining Cloud9. I don't even want him to join Cloud9. I want this guy to succeed. Go to Cloud9, he will fail. Sorry to Cloud9 fans. Reckless would be a big upgrade over Sneaky. I don't care what you say. You're being some fanboys if you actually believe Sneaky is better than Reckless. It's crazy, right? But it would be an improvement on the roster. But overall, I think that Sneaky needs to be replaced, as I've been talking before. But it's something that you gotta realize and go, God dang, these are some spicy roster moves, you know, Broxah to TL and things like that. That would make TL even stronger than they are right now. Just even that alone makes them stronger. But it's that, you know, rumor is Broxah to TL is pretty legit, and Fnatic is getting self-made because self-made was really good. That will be absolutely incredible. So it's something that we'll have to see whether or not it actually pans out. Please don't bring over Broxah. Sven, our contracts would be so much better than the Lee Sin one. He's not a Lee Sin one trick. This is the reason why people fail over here. It's because people believe shit like that. Oh my god, he's not a Broxah, the person who went to World Finals, got to World's quarterfinals twice, got out of groups with SKT and RNG, is a Lee Sin one trick. You see how stupid people are? You see how dumb people are in this community? Holy crap, my mind is blown. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later. Have a great day. The Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out. Peace.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.